Okay, so somebody wants to see more of what our property looks like. We're up near the house. It's hiding over there. We just left there, walking out. This is what the wooded area of our property is. We have some big trees in here, and we're going over towards in a direction where there's not big, huge trees. That one's probably a good couple 100 years old. There's some obviously dead brush and vines that grow up all over everything, so tons of work that needs to be done and cleaned up. But don't play around here, don't really care too much. The cows come back here and eat. You can see they have paths all the way through here as they walk around. Some of these vines that are growing over here, they're a wild grape. And so I've come out here and eaten some. They're a seeded grape, but you remember the prickly pear cactus that I was showing you?
There's both kinds of cactus over here.
This was, I'll show them the other one in a second. This is where there was a big field of them. It looks like the cows have been tearing that up as another source of nutrition, I guess. Because they're doing it carefully so they don't get stabbed by all the thorns. But here's another one of these cactus. This is a different variety. Don't know what kind this one is, but you touch these spines, they hurt. They stick in your glove.
Look at that prickly pear. You can see that the cows might have been
This one, somebody either munched on it recently or broke off the next nodule up. There's another one there. So
all over the place over here.
This was, at one time, it was full of cactus, but obviously they've been knocking it down. They started doing that last year. And they've obviously continued on in this patch this year. So here's more of it that's down. They picked up and were chewing on it. Knocked it down. It's all over. This wasn't in the middle of this. Was, you could actually drive back here. It looks like something's dragged that one around and kicked it around and whatever. Yep. See the vines growing up in the trees, kind of makes little forts back here.
Yep.
Little shelters, so they do come back here and hide sometimes.
And sometimes
that's where we found one of them had her calf back here.
I think two of them did or somewhere.
Well, one of them we know she did because she was gone, and we came back here and found her right under this tree over here.
All of them we found back here. There's another one that the cows have been munching on.
They're munching on all of them. I mean, they haven't, I mean, there's another set right over there that they've
knocked over,
destroyed and knocked out. Here's some fresh ones growing in that don't have like an established
so where we found the
colony.
Mommy cow was right there.
But there's like this lowly one that's sitting here popping up. And there's 2 or 3 of them right here that have popped up. One of them there. A couple of them here and there, everywhere. So like I was saying, the mommy cow we found. One of the cows had her baby here.
One of them had it somewhere back over there.
Here's another one there. It looks like another one of their favorite cactus eating spots.
Wrecked up and destroyed.
They've torn this one up completely almost.
Yep.
If I had a tractor, I'd come back here and scoop up the rest of it and dump it in a burn or on the pile that needs to be burned. Wouldn't really burn, but it would kill it. And they've pretty much taken out this one that was over here. So they were big patches, bigger than, I don't know, it might not be just them, because there's something else that's been tearing at them on this other side of the fence, which is obviously not my cows, and nothing's gone after all of his cactus that are sitting out there. So
there's also a big hole in the fence.
There's things that crawl under here. Yes, there's a spot, big spot under there. We have wild hogs that run around here.
Oh yeah.
So this is the back fence line. Runs up against somebody else's pasture.
Can we go look at the other side?
Arthur, buddy, we're not going to do this all today.
Okay.
It's kind of cool and slimy and all of the above, all at the same time. So as we walk the fence line here, we got old fencing, old wiring, whatever.
There's a bunny.
There's a bunny.
He took off. It was over there.
Oh, it was up in front of us? Yep, I see it. There it goes, running quick.
Stop.
So, like I said, this is
Vine that's
vine.
great.
It's a grapevine. It's all over up in here. It'll kill this tree eventually. Unless I come in here and cut some of these roots. Cut it out from under and kill the vine.
Why do you want to kill the vine?
Well, Arthur, if it's going to kill the tree, it might be needed. I would like to clean up that fence line. Okay, so we're at one of the corners of our property. So on the back side of our property, there's a big old open field. And then we go to Texas woods. It's not very green or lush or anything looking right now because all the deciduous plants have lost their leaves. But here's some more of that other cactus.
Whoa!
This one's got red berries on it.
That'd be cool to come pick without getting
What would I want to pick it for?
to eat it.
I don't know that it's nutritious or not. So you check that kind of stuff before you ever eat something that you don't know what it is. But this corner's got my neighbor's property right over here. He's a good guy. He's helped save me once or twice with his four-wheel drive tractor. I will never admit to having gotten my four-wheel drive truck stuck. But I think it wasn't working in four-wheel drive either, so. Okay, two-wheel drive vehicle stuck. So.
A lot of moles and gophers run around here right now.
Yes, there are a lot of moles, voles, and gopher-type critters that all live underground and dig holes. So this fence line, we'll walk it for a little bit. Looks like he's been trying to fertilize and plant something in this field. Looks like he's got maybe some annual ryegrass growing. So this is the area where it's worst for him. He moved in probably about a year after we did, so I said, yeah, I know what you mean. There isn't anything. It's sand up there. So down the rest of his property, he's got a lot of the coastal hay that's growing in like mine has. But back up in this area up in here, it's sand and lots of sand, and
All sorts of stuff.
I've got cactus, or had cactus groves up here. I don't even think that I could have walked through here a couple of years ago. They're doing good at beating it all down. And we have these other things that grow on trees,
And they kill them.
and it strangles the life out of the tree and it kills branches, and so branches have fallen down here along the fence. So watch out stepping over this. Ah, did it scare you or what?
Those cactus right there, I don't know if they got me.
There's one right here too. So, of course, it'd be lovely to have the fence line cleared so you could drive around, but that's a lot of work. And then, as you can see, this cactus grows right along the fence. That other one does too, because nothing will bother it when it's in the fence.
Suppose you could find a way, but
Looks like the dog or something's been walking back here too. Maybe not. Maybe it's been a coyote, but those are big paw prints. Probably mine. She's been venturing out a lot further and further.
I think it was the dog.
So, that's something that's decided they wanted to go under there.
Maybe a dog.
I don't know if it's a dog or not. You know, we do have coyotes out here, so it could have been that.
Can we walk on the other side?
Arthur, probably not. We'll see. And then this just keeps going on down. Down and down and down. This is a different neighbors. They did come in and clear along the fence so they could drive around it and check the fence with their ATVs. They're good guys too. They love it when I bring them eggs, duck eggs,
Quack, quack.
chicken eggs. And they say, okay, I'm not going to tell my wife that what these are. We're just going to cook them up and see what she thinks. So it is kind of funny how they do it. Here's another large oak tree. This one's still leafed out. It's a live oak. There's another couple of them right over there.
Yay!
So you get some areas in here that have large canopies of leafy areas.
Wonder what that paper is.
It's not paper.
Whatever.
It's stuff that needs to be smashed up and thrown on the driveway.
How did that get there?
It's tile. There's lots of stuff that shouldn't be out here.
That is important.
And we keep coming up the field and come up over this hill, and then we'll be right back to the cow pasture. Another dead tree that fell down, who knows when. But there's the cow pasture. Anyway guys, another video, not so quick. Hope you enjoyed that tour walk of
Wilderness.
whateverness. And yeah, it's not that pretty. It's the middle of winter, I guess. Middle of January. Talk to y'all soon. Bye now.